Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, people. I'm your host, RL, and welcome back to my show, Unfiltered. Tonight's show, we're going to be talking about child support. Good old child support. I know some of y'all probably shaking your head, some of y'all ears probably perked open a little bit more. And I know you women, oh, I know you ladies. You can pretend like you don't want to hear it, pretend like you don't like it, but we all know you love it. Because child support ain't nothing but another income, but we're going to get to that shortly. Before we get into anything, I want to talk about this sweatshirt I'm wearing. You are enough. I love this sweatshirt. I saw it on Instagram. Um, so I went ahead and purchased one. It actually came, so I was excited. So I bought five more for my family. Again, I've been talking about this throughout the course of the month. It's Men's Mental Health Month. Um, I can't hop on it enough. We have a lot of fellas out there that are going through so much, and they're putting on that brave face, they're putting on that mask, and every day they're going out into the world and they're working and they're smiling, they're talking, and they're putting everything and everyone before themselves. And they go home or they drive home or whatever, they're by themselves and they're with their thoughts and stuff like that. And you know, it's important to let those guys, those individuals, those men know that we see them, we want to hear from them, and that we're there for them. This is the last week. That's why I came in wearing this today. Um, I am a man, and I've been depressed. I know what it's like to be in that dark place, to want to talk about it, but afraid to talk about it because I don't want to be judged. I don't want someone to think there's something wrong with me. I didn't want anybody to think that I was weak, that I'm not a man, that I'm not man enough. So I've been there, right? I've been there. So you have a father, you have a grandfather, an uncle, a nephew, a son, a cousin, a friend, a best friend, a colleague. Just reach out, holler at them, let them know you're thinking about them, that you're praying for them, that you care for them, and if they need to talk, you're there for them. So moving on to hey, this is new. This is new. I'm breaking things down in segments. I talked to my man Leon. He said, "Yo, break things down in segments. Let people know what you're doing. As you go into, let them know that you're ending it. All right. So this is the gas part, right? The goofy ass shit. Only got one tonight. Only got one tonight. Last few months we've been entertained in hip hop with Kendrick and Drake. It was Kendrick, Drake, and J. Cole. J. Cole gracefully bowed out, and I'm happy he did. Because it seemed like Kendrick Lamar has probably been writing rhymes on their asses for about 10 years. So it's just been, Kendrick and Drake. It ended last week. Well, it ended like it's been over, but it ended about a couple weeks ago, right? But this the goofy ass shit. Drake. Now, mind you, I'm gonna say last week, Kendrick was in Compton performing concert. He had everybody on the stage loving it, playing his this song, and I mean everybody's going crazy. Not like us. I love that song. Love it. Over the weekend, Drake performs the same song, the diss song about him at his show. And fans are singing it and he's dancing on stage, That's some goofy ass shit. That just it goes to show, right, where his mind is at as far as competition. Like, okay, yeah, I lost. He blew me out, so I'm gonna be a sucker for this. I'm gonna go ahead and just do some corny shit to this. Shorty, you crazy. You lost. Don't say anything. Don't play that man music. It ain't about, now you gotta find them and square up. No, 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 no. But don't do that. That was some corny stuff right there. Right. So unfortunately, I couldn't find anything else that was goofy ass shit because Drake trumped it. And I like Drake. But it is what it is. That was some goofy ass shit. Drake, have two seats, sir. Have two seats. If you paid attention last week on social media, I said who I was going to be coming for this week. I don't like this individual. I ain't gonna say I don't hate anyone, but I dislike this individual. I dislike him. right? His name is Jason Whitlock. Jason Whitlock is a journalist, sports journalist, and a podcaster, right? He's a piece of garbage, man. He's a true piece of work. I listen to him from time to time when he comes on. If it's like by accident though, you dig what I'm saying? It's by accident. And I listen to him, and some of the stuff that he be saying, I just like, man, what the hell do he be researching? Like, what is you know, is he just coming on the air with full of like nothing but hate in his heart? Oh, I dislike this person. I'm just going to dog them out. I don't care if it's true or not. And see, he came after one of our own, and that's a no. He came after Miss Angel Reese. And I'm sitting there thinking, like, this her rookie year. They're not even halfway into the season. And he's coming for Angel Reese. Says she's the most overrated rookie, overrated athlete in all of sports right now. The most overrated. Now, the last 36 hours or so, he tried to backslide on some of the things he said because see, Angel Reese and her team mounted a great comeback against Caitlin Clark's team this past weekend. They were down like 20 points, 18, 20 points. And it was spearheaded by Angel Reese with the comeback. Angel Reese was incredible down the stretch, led her team to victory. So now he's trying to backtrack on some of the things he said. But shorty, I'm not gonna let you do that. Oh, you fat pile of gunk. I'm not gonna let you do that. You see, you've crossed these lines before with other people, right? But see, Angel Reese, nah, she's Charm City's queen. I'm not gonna let you do that, baby. She was drafted in the first round, 7th overall pick. But before I even talk about that, she won a national championship, right? Now, all this, comparing Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese is the media. 2 years ago, Angel Reese and her team beat Caitlin Clark, win the national championship. Went on to win the national championship, right? This past season, Caitlin Clark's team beat Angel Reese's team, knocked them out of the tournament. Caitlin Clark's team went on to lose the national championship. But for some reason, the media put Caitlin Clark here and brought Angel Reese down to here, which is insane. Champion, not a champion. Not a champion, champion. Insane. But Jason Whitlock have a thing for Caitlin Clark. Oh, she's incredible. You see how she leads her team. She's not like any other rookie I've seen. Man, stop. Jason Whitlock, you need to do your research. And you need to keep Angel Reese's name out your mouth. Angel Reese this season is averaging 13.2 points a game, 2.1 assists a game, and 11.1 rebounds per game. Became the first WNBA rookie to have 7 straight games with a double-double. Leading her team in double-doubles. And yeah, she's a rookie. And you have growing pains. But she's far from overrated. He was cracking jokes about how she dribbled, how she's not athletic. You see how she runs. She doesn't look like a basketball player. She look like a model out there. Just cracking real slick. Jason Whitlock. And I'm just listening. I'm like, this dude have lost his mind. And then he invited another dude on his show so they can go back and forth talking about our queen, Angel Reese. Shorty, you crazy. You've lost your ever-loving mind talking about Angel Reese. I'm not even going to go any further about this because I really don't want to keep his name in my mouth because he disgusts me. I cannot stand Jason Whitlock. So, moving on from that loser. Last Friday night, my man, or not Friday night, yeah, Friday night, a young man that we know, young man that we love and appreciate, and has done incredible job for himself um, as far as cinema, you know, until a unfortunate incident with his girlfriend, who happens to be a white woman. I'm talking about Jonathan Majors. I love Jonathan Majors. I love Jonathan Majors, right? Creed 3, I think it's the Harder They Fall that was on Netflix. Western, which he killed it. He was incredible in that. He was incredible in Creed 3, right? And they were setting him up, Disney was setting him up in the Marvel pictures as Kang the Conqueror, right? And he was doing fabulous with that. He was killing it. He was killing it. Before I finish on that, so Friday night he received an award, Hollywood's Unlocked Perseverance Award. And while up there, he was reflecting on his legal troubles, and he emphasized on the importance of finding the light in the darkness and appreciating support from his industry figures. Now, when he say support from industry figures, he mentioned several names: Will Smith, Tyler Perry, Courtney B. Vance. He and Courtney B. Vance and him used to work together on a TV show. His Uncle George, Whoopi Goldberg, and of course his girlfriend Megan Good. He went as far as to speak about Whoopi Goldberg inviting him and Megan Good over to her house. She cooked for him, and she just made him feel at home, and she breathed life into both of them, not just him, but into both of them, and just nothing but wisdom. And that's what he needed. That's what we all need. But when you in Hollywood, music business, just when you're famous, especially when you're colored. I use the word color. I know, well, oh my God. But when you're a person of color, right? You're not going to get advice, that sound advice that you need from a white person. I'm sorry. You're just not. You know why? Because they don't know what it is to experience. They don't know what you've been through. They not or haven't or going to experience what you went through. So for all of them, and he said Will Smith would just text him at 12 o'clock at night, let him know he's thinking about him. And he got a little emotional, and he should. Because the last year and a half has been really rough for him. And if you looked it up and seen what they was nailing him to the cross for, you start scratching your head and be like, really? Y'all punishing them? Y'all taking away scripts and deals because of this? Like, man, it's kind of harsh. It's really harsh. So I'm going to go ahead and read some of these charges off because I was just so curious as to, well, damn, Disney's pulling out, which is Marvel. There was like 3 other films. Nobody touched them, but all praise to our Lord and Savior. The man has an upcoming film that he will be in soon. So, but he has 1 count of reckless assault in the 3rd degree and a non-criminal charge of harassment as a violation. He was acquitted on another assault charge and 1 count of aggravated harassment. So, hey, look, I ain't no lawyer. I ain't never been in trouble with the law. So I'm like, well, what the hell is 3rd degree? Like, what is all that? What is 3rd degree? 3rd degree assault, reckless infliction of fear of serious bodily injury or recklessly causing a fear of injury through the use of a deadly weapon. Now that sounds really, really bad. So let me break it down in layman's terms, okay? It is typically the least serious form of assault in most jurisdictions. The least serious. The least serious. And I know y'all seen that video footage of him and that white girl in the SUV. They're saying he pushed her in the SUV. So this is what happened. She confronted him about a text message that he got from a young lady, and the text message says something, I'm paraphrasing, I miss you kissing me. So she confronted him about it. Now, we all know when women confront you, they confront you with their mouth and their hands. Let's not play stupid here. That's how women confront you. If you do not look at them, they take their hand, put it on your chin, turn your face towards them. Let's not playing. But none of that came out. So what I'm saying, may not be true, but let's be honest. He's trying to get out of the vehicle. He pushes her in the vehicle. It looked like he lifts her up because she's short and the vehicle is high. It looks like he lifts her up, put her in the vehicle, and then he takes off running. And she's chasing him. Jonathan Majors. I thought it was crazy because, like, what the hell is this dude running for? But he's trying to get away from her. He's trying to get away from her. She's chasing him. They also had an incident when he came to her apartment the next morning but couldn't get into the apartment. So he had the help downstairs come up, unlock the door. He found her in the closet, unconscious, with just a sweatshirt on. He called the police. The police got there, and I think she had like a bruise on her knuckle. Oh, yeah, it's abuse. I don't want to say this, but I have to say this. And I have to say this because I have 3 sons, but I have 2 that are adults. You got to be mindful when you start dating these women out here. And if you ever become famous or someone of high value, you got to watch out for white women. You have to. You got to be mindful of them. Because they don't have to holler rape. They don't have to holler rape. They don't have to holler at all. All they have to do is tell. And your black ass is in trouble. Serious trouble. And the media will play on it. They will run on with it. And they will spin it. And then you're trying to figure out, what did I do wrong? You know what you did wrong? And it's sad to say. This is sad to say. Because I'm for dating outside the race. But you're rich, you're famous, and you're dealing with a white woman. It is what it is. And if you think I'm making this up, let's just go back 15 years ago and take a look at Tiger Woods. Take a look at Tiger Woods. They said, oh, he was medicated and he got in the vehicle and he crashed into a fire hydrant in a tree. Negative. His wife confronted him with one of his golf clubs and hit him in the head. See, all that information came out when it first happened. And anybody can challenge me on this. Hell, Tiger Woods or his ex-wife can. It came out. It came out. You know why if you research it, you can't find it? Because Tiger Woods didn't press charges. When the police were talking to Tiger Woods, he didn't want anything to happen to his wife. He didn't want her to come out the house and handcuffs in front of the kids and all of that. He just took all of that, right? Maybe he was right for doing that. Maybe. Because he probably was like, oh, that's what I get for messing with this white woman. I ain't learned anything from O.J. Simpson. It is what it is. It is what it is. I'm just being honest, people. These are the things that are happening in the world around us. And we got to start learning from them. I'm not saying black, famous, rich men shouldn't date white women. I'm not saying that. Just know what you could be getting yourself into. Because it's going to be hard as hell to get yourself out of it. It is. You'd have thought Jonathan Majors beat the brakes off his girlfriend. And he didn't. But they took movie deals from him. Millions of dollars. I don't know about the other scripts, but if you do your homework and you paid attention to Marvel, after the second and third movie, or really, yeah, after, and you figured the way they was bringing him into it because he was in Ant-Man and then he was in the Loki series on Disney, right? He probably would have made about 60 to 70 million dollars over the course of 4 to 5 films, right? What's his name who played Thor? He done made over 120 million. Robert Downey Jr., they made over 100 million. Okay? When you are a consistent face in the Marvel universe, you are going to make some big. Captain America. Like his first two, I'm going to say the first movie, I think Chris Evans got like 2 million, 3 million. Right? The second flick, I think he got like 4 or 5 million. But when he jumped into to the universe, when they brought everybody together and they was on the second Avengers, yeah, they paid him 25 million for each movie. So he didn't just miss out on $1 million or $2 million. He missed out on life-changing money due to a young lady who was mad that she was being cheated on, pretty much, because he didn't beat her up. He didn't beat her up. And again, let me say this again. I'm not saying don't date white women if you're rich and famous. I'm not saying that. Just know what you could be getting yourself into. It is what it is. There's a long history of this. Long history of this. You go back to slavery days, you got the white women going out, sleeping with the help or the field worker, going back in the house, getting caught, and then saying what? No, he raped me. It is what it is. That's all. Look at it. It is what it is. There's history there. I'm sorry. There's history there. So fellas, you got to be mindful. You have to be mindful. You know, you love everybody. If you fall in love with a white woman, a purple woman, a yellow woman, it doesn't matter. But you better damn sure make sure that she loves you and is going to protect you, even on bad terms. Because if not, you can lose everything. And speaking of losing everything, I believe it's Iman Shumpert, basketball player, him and his wife finally divorced, and she took every damn thing. Everything. Now, mind you, this woman has money. It ain't like she broke. Okay? She has her own company, which is successful. She has money. And there's about a $30,000 to $40,000 difference monthly in income between Iman and his wife. She makes more than him. He went to the courts and was like, hey, look, can we do something? Because she makes more than me. And of course, they did something all right. They gave her 3 properties worth $30 million. Right? Left him with a condo and a house. She got 2 of their expensive cars. These vehicles are worth $300,000 and $200,000. Of course, she get the kids. He has to pay child support, which is like $8,000 a month, but he's stuck with private school bill as well. The private school. Now, mind you, she ain't hurting for money. Why did y'all give her 3 properties worth $30 million? Why? She could have had 1. She could have had 1. Fellas, you got to be careful out here, man. These women are playing for keeps, right? They're playing for keeps. They are going to take your money and go mess around with another dude and try to live happily ever after with that dude. And if not that dude, then they're going to take his money and do the same damn thing. This is a job for a lot of these ladies. These are gold diggers. You got to watch for them, man. You got to watch for them. He didn't make a lot of money in the NBA. He only made like $50 million total in the NBA. And y'all, and the courts gave her 3 houses worth $30 million. Shorty, you crazy. I'd have jumped over that table so fast and choked the judge. I'd have threw the gavel at her. I'd have lost my damn mind. I'd have lost either that or I would have ran straight out the courthouse. I'd have burnt those bitches to the ground. I'd have bought some tents from Walmart and throw it at her ass. You gotta be careful out here, man. You gotta be careful. Now, look, so I think we're almost halfway through. I'm gonna need y'all to pray for me because this next topic, it's a tough one, man. It's a tough one. It's a tough one because, once again, the truth hurts. The truth hurts. And there's no way of getting around it. Can't sugarcoat it. But child support is one of the most unfair legal practices in this country. I'm gonna say it again. Child support is one of the most unfair legal practices in this country. Before I even throw numbers at you, I used to pay child support. So once again, like I said, when I come in here and I get on this microphone, and I speak to you about some things, man, like I've been there, done that, got the t-shirt. I know what I'm talking about. You women know what I'm talking about too. That's why so many of y'all come at me the way that you do, because I'm calling you on your shit. A lot of you women, y'all hate to be held accountable, but love to be delusional. And it's incredible. It's incredible. Y'all put so much fight into making co-parenting hard that you forget that in between the two of you, there's children. But I got something for y'all asses tonight. Yeah. Yes. So I found this as an interesting stat. And I'm going to tell you, every state is different. Maryland screwed me big time. Baltimore City screwed me. But it's in Maryland. But when I take a look at New York, when you bend over, you better hope they put the Vaseline in between those cheeks for you, because they throwing it in there rough and fast. They do not care. 97% of those who owe child support were men, and only 3% were women. This is in the United States. 97% of those who owe child support are men, and only 3% are women. I can end the show on that right there. Mic drop. That's it. Think about that. 97%. 97%. That's incredible. It might as well be 100%. There was times when I was in school when I got a test back and it was 97%. It was an A+. I'm thinking, why ain't the teacher just give me 100%? Freaking A+. In New York, non-custodial parents must pay child support until the child is 21 years old. Now, I understand if the child is in school. Not college, but in school. Maybe special needs or whatever. But why is a man, or why is a person paying child support until the child is 21? They are legally an adult. Why are you paying child support for a kid that's 19 years old? Knowing damn well, and I'm gonna tell you right now, a lot of you women don't do right with the money. I know you're not giving the money to the kid. I know you're not. And don't sit here and begin to say, now let me slow down, because I do know a few women, when they get the child support check, they put it in their kids' account, and their kids have their own little debit card, and the kids do what they want with their money, and when that money is gone, it's gone. I do know a few women. Shout out to those ladies. But I know a lot of y'all don't. So we ain't even gonna pretend that y'all do. But that's kind of ridiculous. 21 years old. You might as well, hell, you might as well make it 22, just in case the kid is getting the money. They can go buy themselves some beer now. Go buy themselves a bottle of Hennessy. New York, you are outrageous for that. That's that I don't know what to say about that one right there. Now, you got a lot of brothers that try to get out of it, like, I can't pay child support. I got 5 kids. Nah, it doesn't matter. No matter what, you got to pay child support. You can have 10 kids, you got to pay child support. 80% of custodial parents are female. 80%, which means that you're getting the child support. It doesn't always mean that the children are living with you, because I was paying child support for my sons and my daughter, and they were living with me. That's right. CPS put my daughter in my custody. When I went downtown, when I went to Baltimore City and said, here's CPS papers, they put my daughter in my custody. Can you stop child support? You know what they said? We cannot. Her mother need to come down and stop it. Are you playing with me? You're playing in my face. I called her mom, and you know what her mom said? Okay, I'll do it. Her mother never did it. Never did it. Never did it. Like I said, I'm not just speaking on this. Something I know a little bit about. So as I was doing the research, I'm like, just because you're a custodial parent doesn't mean, and this is what the courts, I don't understand how the courts get this messed up. It doesn't mean that the children are with you. I said last week, Antonio Brown, I followed him when he came into the NFL. He had his kids with him, and he's paying this woman thousands of dollars who didn't even have the kids. The kids were living with him. The mother walked out. Child support is awful, man, and you ladies know it. You know it. Over 38% of custodial fathers didn't receive any child support from the women. Oh, you ladies ain't paying child support? That's what you heifers are doing. Y'all not paying child support? Oh, you don't like that money coming out your check. You don't like that? Your 40 hours looking more like 18? Yeah. After child support, taxes, benefits, your check ain't shit. But you women don't care. The numbers said it. 38% of y'all aren't paying child support versus 28% of men. So men are better at paying child support than you ladies. Ain't that something? Hell, we pay the bills, paying child support. Ain't that something? We're better at that than you are. And this is something that y'all revel in, something that y'all so desperately need to survive. Something that you think you're owed. Like, come on now. That's ridiculous. I told you I was coming for y'all asses. I had a friend. I'm going to share this story with you. I had a friend. He was paying $800 a month for one child. And it was because of his job, and her job, because, they go by the incomes and all that good stuff. So he's paying $800 a month and gets his kid. It was twice during the week of every week and every other weekend. That's cool, right? He go pick the kid up from school. Guess what? The kid ain't there for him to be picked up. He called the mom, hey, where our son at? Oh, he didn't go to school this morning. He's home with me. He wasn't feeling well. Oh, okay. Well, you could have called me. And that's what she did. It was like, so can I come get him? He can, he's sick. He can't leave the house. Okay. He said he understood it. Okay, cool. So hopefully he's feeling better, and I'll see him Thursday. So he picked his son up on Thursday. His son is excited to see him and can't wait to share stories with him about how much fun he had on Tuesday at the movies. You see, that's when he realized, oh, he was hanging with you Tuesday, or you picked him up from school early. That way he can go out with you Tuesday night instead of come with me, even though it's court ordered. Oh. You see, you women, y'all feel like the child support thing gives y'all full control over the children. Right? Y'all feel it. So what he did was, and my man, I love my man dearly. So what my man did was, my man went and applied for another job, making less money, way less money. But he was smart about it. So what he did was, he did a leave of absence from his job, between him and his supervisor. He technically left, but they was going to bring him back. And instead of getting $800 a month, I think she was only getting $350, if that. $350 a month, something like that. She lost her mind, went to the courts and lost her mind. So this was like for 6 months. 6 months. You know how, this the crazy thing. Whenever a woman want to get in the court for child support, it's just like that. Whenever a brother want to try to get some paperwork altered and all that stuff taken care of, man, it takes forever. Not only that, they want you to pay. Well, you got to pay for these documents right here to submit them, and then we got to go ahead and process it and all of that. Man, y'all crazy. But anyway, the child support doesn't give you power. Some of y'all think it does. And to a certain extent it do, because you kind of got us, even though we're paying it. But their conversations was always one-sided. And that's how it is for most people, most men. Conversations one-sided when child support is involved. God forbid if child support hasn't been introduced into the relationship yet. Because those conversations are one-sided all the time. Because I don't want to say brother, but all the man is trying to do is not piss her off. So what she said, well, you know what, we can just pay child support. That is the last thing a man want to hear. But luckily for my friend, his son's mother wound up getting in trouble with the law and had to do 45 days behind bars. And you know what he did? He went and submitted documents and wind up getting custody of their children or their son. Child support stopped. But you know what he didn't do? He didn't put her on child support. And I was I can't really say I blame him. I wanted him to. But I understand why he didn't. You see, ladies and gentlemen, when the father have custody of the children, the father doesn't need your money. Because we go out here and we bust our butts to provide for our children. Provide as far as the household, food, clothes, extracurricular activities, and we still have a car. We might have multiple cars, right? We don't need your money because we're natural providers. Not only are we taught to be natural providers, the world view us as such and demand it from us. So that's what we do. That's what we do. This next part is interesting right here. Parent by gender. Kids living with a custodial mother were more likely to live in poverty than kids living with a custodial fathers. Now, the percentage for mothers living in poverty, 23%. Fathers, 11%. 11%. We gets the job done. Yes, we do. Y'all might say, well, 23% ain't bad. No, it ain't bad. That ain't bad at all, considering the conditions that we have as far as the workforce in this country we live in, right? No, it's not bad at all. But our number is better. Why is that? We're willing to work 70, 80 hours a week. We're willing to work 2, 3 jobs, right? We're willing to do that. We don't need our hair and our nails done. Even though I got mine done, you dig what I'm saying? A little different, right? I ain't got no hair. But see, we don't need those things. I can go without those things. Men can go without those things. You ladies act like y'all can't. Oh, I need some crab legs this weekend. Oh my God, it's been so long. I need some crab legs. Food stamps. Ladies, y'all own that. Ain't too many brothers out here with food stamps, right? Food stamp cards. Y'all got them. Y'all got them. They had to put out a ban a couple years ago because y'all, what was you doing? Buying crabs. Crabs, man. Crab legs. It's not fair that I can't afford it. I should be able to buy crab legs with my food stamps. Why would you spend $100-something of your food stamp money and you got children in the house? Crab's good for 1 or 2 days, man. Child support. Y'all, you ladies, most of y'all really don't have any concept of money. And that's why kids living with a custodial mother were more likely to live in poverty. And if you don't believe me, if you live in Baltimore, just go down to the projects. Just go down to the projects. Right? Take a look. Ain't too many 2-parent homes in there. Nah. Single mother, boyfriend come and go when he please. Children. Not child, but children. Right? Don't get mad at me. Y'all can Google this stuff yourself. 38.4% of custodial fathers did not receive any child support payments versus the mothers. Once again, there it is. There it is. The child support program was established in 1975. 1975. The thing about child support, I want y'all to really think about this. In order to get child support, no. Let me say this. In order to get assistance from the state, was it daycare? TAC, which is money. You got to take the father or the other parent down for child support because anybody can go to child support. Man or women, it doesn't matter. Right? The government get a kickback on this. The government get a nice kickback. I'm going to find this. I'm going to tell you what it is. When I saw the number, it was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. This is no little bit of money. The child support is there not to help you, whoever applied for it, or the children. It's there so the government can make some money. And even though I'm going to tell you what it is, I know you're not going to care because at the end of the day, you ladies just want your money. That's all it is. Child support across the United States. Whoo, $30 billion. $30 billion for child support. $30 billion. You know how much custodial parents received? Custodial parents only got 18.6. Ain't that something? So 11.4 went to the government. Why do you think they don't have a problem, ladies, when y'all go down and y'all put your kid's father on child support? Just think about it. Now, we're talking about the United States. When I said the 97% of those who owe child support were men and 3% were women, don't get that confused with the other numbers. We're talking about the United States here, ladies. The United States. Okay? Men are on this program due to whatever reasons. Now, don't get me wrong. You have some guys that deserve to be on child support. I'm not saying that. You do. You do. Just like there's some women that deserve to be on it. But only 3% of y'all are on it. So what are we really saying here? Are we saying that when it comes to having children, men are more equipped to take care of them? And if that is so, you got to think about it. Why is the government so quick to automatically give the women the children, make y'all custodial? Like if both y'all records are clean, shouldn't it be split 50-50? I get them for a week, you get them for a week. Shouldn't it be? Nah, they don't want that. They don't want that. Because the ones who struggle with being a single parent are the women. Y'all can Google this yourself. So what are we really talking about again? Why aren't our children with their fathers at the end of a relationship? If men are proven to be the better provider, then why aren't they with them? Not only are men the better provider, men are the better protectors. That's right. Y'all children are less likely to become criminals when they live with their fathers. That's right. These little hooligans that's running around this city, yeah, they live with mommy. Mommy allowed them to come in the house with that foolishness and can't do anything about it. Because you can't come in daddy's house with that foolishness. Because daddy's a man. Once again, provider, protector. You can Google this stuff. There's no hate in me. I don't have anything against women. I'm just speaking facts. And you know I am. You know I am. Child support in Baltimore City has been through 4 different agencies in the last 25 years. And if you don't know what that means, this is what it means. When certain agencies come in, they take over. But when they take over, they fall behind on information. They fall behind on payments, on sending payments out and receiving payments. And when your payment is late, guess what? They don't care. It's on you. It puts you in the rears. So what do they do to catch you up? They add money to your payment every month. until you catch up. But it wasn't your fault that you were in arrears. This is an unfair practice in the United States, and I wonder why our political figures, city, state, and government haven't done anything about it. But then when I seen how much money that the government is getting, it all makes sense. And no one ever wondered why during these debates, no one tackled child support, alimony. Some of your richest women in the world, their come up was a divorce, alimony, and child support. Think about it. Think about it. Amazon's wife, Jeff Bezos' wife, I'm telling you now, the kind of money she got, Oprah wished she had that kind of money. And Oprah got money. But this is something our politicians and our state officials, they don't talk about. You know why? Like I said, $11 billion a year, man. It's a lot of money, and it goes up every year. It goes up every year. Good old child support, ladies. I love talking about child support, especially now that I'm not on it. I was paying almost I was paying $1,300 a month in child support. I saw my kids I saw my kids every other weekend, but I had them all the time because they play sports. So Monday through Friday, they were with me 3 days a week. And then they was with me on Saturday, even though Saturday wasn't my Saturday, because we had games all day long. We was on the field for 10 hours a day, right? And then I would have them again 3 days a week, and then it's my weekend. I had them for 2 weeks in December. I had them for a week in November, and then I had them all summer. Oh, by the way, I had them 1 week this spring break. And whenever she called me and say, "Hey, look, can they come with you for a month?" Yeah. Paying $1,300 a month. Never asked for a penny. Never asked for a penny. It's what we men do. We protect and we provide. That's what we do. That's why I was no surprise when I saw the numbers, because I'm around great men who step up and take care of their children, not their responsibilities. I don't like that word. My children are not a responsibility. That's my blood. That's my legacy. I'm going to do for them. I'm going to provide for them. My father didn't see me as a responsibility. My parents were together too. You know, I came up in a two-parent home. We weren't responsibilities. We were their children. We were their love. And that's how I view my children. And I think that's how a lot of good men view their children. It's not responsibilities. You know, ladies, I don't know what to say. If you can't hack it, you always got child support, I guess. To hell with working 70 hours a week. You got to come home and make dinner. You're so tired. Men get tired too. Once again, June is Men's Mental Health Month. I'll digress. I don't know what got into me this evening. It must have been the tequila. Shout out to The Rock. Thank you once again. As we come to the closing of this episode, I definitely want to give a shout out to Digital Empath for housing me. My man Leon, he does an excellent job of the show, producing the show and editing and all the clips. Much love, much appreciation. Definitely want to give a shout out to my people, GVTV. I must have really been into this show because that's the first time I took a sip. Oh, so look, check this out before I leave. There's a young man, he's a soccer player overseas. His name is, I'm gonna mess up his first name, Akraf Hakimi. Okay. Now, fellas, I'm talking to y'all, and I'm talking to the young men here because this was awesome. This was incredible. This is the best thing I ever heard. And I wish I could hear something like this every day. And I want to talk about this every day because this was awesome. He married a young lady. He actually married a woman that was 10 to 12 years his senior. I think he was like 18 or 19. He might have been 19 years old when he married her. She was like 30, 31. I think they was married for like 6 years. Now, he's an international soccer player. He's awesome. He's got over $80 million. He done made over $80 million since they've been together. He's an incredible soccer player. Well, guess what? Her ass is ready to, as Tia Mowry was said, graduate from being married. And she's ready for a divorce because she's feel like she's ready to, she's accomplished enough in this this marriage, and she's ready to move on. So she wants a divorce. She gets her lawyer. She lawyer up, she's looking good. And, they go to court and all that good stuff. And her husband, Hakimi, I ain't going to butcher his first name again. He go to court too, but he don't go to court by himself. He has a lawyer, but I ain't talking about the lawyer. He come to court with his mother. I love this. So the judge looking over the documents, looking over what he's made, his earnings and all that good stuff, and looking at what they have and all that good stuff, the house they live in, the cars they drive, every damn thing that she has enjoyed during their marriage. The judge is looking at everything, and he looks at her, he said, well, you don't get anything. And she's like, what are you talking about? He's made over $80 million. The house, the cars, I want something. I need something. Give me this, give me that. And he's like, we can't give you anything. And she's like, why not? He said, well, Mr. Hakimi signed everything over to his mother. So his paychecks, the house, the cars, everything is in her name. He doesn't have anything in his name. I wish I could have been in that courtroom to see the look on that woman's face. God, I would have paid to see that. That coochie dried up quick, shriveled up. Look like a two-week old grape. I bet you she fell back in love with him immediately when she found that out, like, oh God, I made a mistake. Winning. Salute to you, sir, for being smart, and salute to your mother for being smart. Because I damn sure told my sons about this. And guess what? I promise you this. My sons buy a house, it will be in my name. When they buy a car, it will be in my name. And whenever they get married, she ain't getting shit. I promise you that. Staying in the family, trick. And with that being said, I want to thank y'all for tuning in to Unfiltered. Had a great time. Had a blast. Tune in again. Until next time, it's your boy RL. Peace.